I set a goal this year to make over $100,000 with no job. I actually estimated to make $180,000, and $10,000 to $15,000 of that is coming from digital products. So in this video, I'm gonna tell you about my plan to make $10,000 to $15,000 from digital products, but I am also gonna tell you exactly how you can get started selling digital products as well. My name is Labria Jones. I am almost 50, which is wild to say out loud, but I am insistent on living this one and only life to the fullest. I've been a side hustler all my life. I have always had multiple streams of income, and I'm also a sharer. If I find things that are helpful, that are useful, that are life hacks, then I'm all about sharing them with you. And today I'm going to be sharing about how I plan to make $10,000 to $15,000 just from selling digital products. And I'm going to break down the steps that you can take so you can do it too. Lock in. Child, listen, I know the price of eggs have gone up. The price of everything has gone up. And you need to make extra money to keep up with the cost of things going up. Or maybe you have a big goal to move out of the country, to leave your job, to buy a house, or whatever. You want to make some extra money, but you don't have extra time. The good news is digital products is an easy side hustle to start, and it has the potential to be very lucrative. So I suggest staying through this entire video and maybe even bookmarking it, because I'm going to be sharing the steps and I'm also going to be sharing tools, okay? Let's start with what digital products are. Digital products are any deliverables or products that you can deliver digitally. People can download them, they can print them out if they want to, or they can use them online. The key here is you don't have to have any inventory and you don't have to ship to fulfill. You just send an email or give access to a link to fulfill it. That's what makes it so easy. There's no inventory to manage or maintain, and it's something that you can create, tweak, update, sell again and again. Set it, forget it. So my plan is to sell templates and planners and journals. My idea is to sell multiple versions of those, things that people can download and write on their iPad or print out, or things that people can actually type online. I really want to sell Notion templates, but I do realize that not everybody wants to use Notion. And so my plan is to offer multiple versions. So for the Notion girlies, and then maybe a version for the folks that like to print things out or use things on their iPads or tablets, and then a version for people that like to use things like Excel. So my plan is to focus on planners and goal setting templates. That is my focus for how I plan to make $10,000 to $15,000 on digital products. I actually made a monthly planner journal template a few years ago that I made available to sell, and I really didn't market it. I think I posted like one reel about it and barely marketed it, and I still made about $3,000. So now I'm doubling down. I'm taking that monthly planner journal and I'm going to enhance it. I'm going to also turn it into Notion templates and kind of just expand my product lineup to sell and make available to more people and be serious about marketing it. And if I do that, what that means is more passive income. I say passive income with air quotes because I just don't believe anything is like 100% passive. Everything takes at least a little bit of work up front. It's just like to what degree and throughout how much work does it take. But this is decently passive income that doesn't take a whole lot of work. The other thing that I like about it though is that it helps people. A lot of times these digital products that we're selling are things that people need to enhance their lives or to make life better for them, or things they want. And so it's kind of a twofer. It's a win-win, right? You get to make sales and you also get to help people either write down their goals, journal, keep up with their finances, whatever it is. We'll talk about the digital products in just a second. All right, so that's my plan. This video is not about me. This video is really about how you can get started selling digital products yourself. So here's where I'm going into the steps that you need to take, starting with step one, which is figure out what product you're going to sell. What is the digital product that you're gonna put out there? I know a lot of people are challenged with trying to pick the right thing and trying to figure out what product to make. Here's a few guidelines to help you identify a good product to sell digitally. The first thing to think about is, what are some of the things that you are already using for yourself? Have you created a budgeting template that you like to use for yourself? Have you created a journal that you love to use? Have you created coloring pages that you like to use? So in my case, my monthly planner journal, it was something that I made just for me. I had been using planners. I didn't really love the planners that I had. And I basically took some things from different planners that I liked. I put it all together and made my own planner. And I would just literally share videos of me doing my own planning. And people would be like, what is that planner that you have? And so I made that available. So in this case, you don't necessarily have to recreate something. It could be something you are already doing. I'll be honest, some of you have jobs where you create things on a day-to-day basis for work that would be very, very helpful for people in their regular life. Let me give you an example. I used to work at Deloitte and I built huge financial models for business valuations. Now, I wouldn't be sitting here thinking a regular person needs a financial model for business valuations. However, a regular person might need a budget and a forecast, which is part of that financial model, so that they can think about how much money they have coming in today, next month, next quarter, and how much expenses they have today, next month, next quarter. So I could take the things that I do at work and apply it to building out a digital product for people. So also tap into what are some of the things that you do at work that are applicable and helpful for people's regular lives. You can also consider what are some of the things that you wish you had, or what are some of the things that you find yourself buying that are just not quite exactly where you would like for them to be. Think about if you have a journal right now, or if you have a planner right now, and you're like, I really wish this also had this section. Well, you could go and recreate that journal and tweak it to your liking, which is exactly what I did. Okay, so a few ideas that I'll just throw out there for you to consider are planners, budget templates, paycheck calculators, journals. And when I say journals, you can get really specific with journals too. I've seen people create ADHD journals. I've seen people create chemotherapy journals where people can journal while they're doing chemo. I've even considered creating a journal for women going through perimenopause to kind of keep up with their moods and the things that they're feeling on a day-to-day and week-to-week basis. You could also consider creating business resources as well. It doesn't necessarily have to just be for consumers. What about something for small business owners like SOP templates? What about pitch decks and email templates and onboarding templates and things like that? And a big one is Notion templates. Notion templates are popping off right now. Like, poppin'. And if you haven't noticed, there's a little bit of a trend with carousels on Instagram right now. So if you were to go and create some really cool carousel templates as social media packs, that'd be something that I think people would love to invest in. All that said, I'm going to encourage you not to spend a whole lot of time trying to pick the exact right product. You won't really know what the exact right product is until you start testing it out. So think about the product that you'd like to start with. Now, that could be the product that you want the most. It could be something that you already have that you just can tweak, or something that you can easily create and get out there so that you can test the market and so that you can learn and tweak and continue to grow and develop. All right. So don't get so caught up on picking the exact right thing. Just pick, what would I like to try first? Okay. So step 2, I want you to figure out, where are you going to sell this product? In this case, you have 2 options. You can host it on your own website, or you can host it on a third-party marketplace. Let me break down the difference between the two and talk a little bit about the pros and cons, okay? Option 1 is selling on your own website. Now, selling on your own website gives you full control, and it also sets you up to expand in the future. You can expand into coaching, having a community membership, and offering consulting services. Plus, later on, if you want to add on a blog for SEO revenue, you can do that as well. But having your own site gives you much more options to expand and have a consistent brand look and feel. You get to build your own brand and own your audience instead of having it live on a third-party platform. I know you're thinking, Liv, are you just telling me to build a website? First of all, I'm not tech savvy. Second of all, we literally just talked about the fact that I don't have extra time. Where am I supposed to get time to build a website? I got you, fam. Let me introduce you to Hostinger. It's a simple and affordable way to set up a website and an online store quickly. First of all, friend, they have an AI website builder. You can set it up in minutes. If the idea of building a website sounds overwhelming, Hostinger's AI-powered website builder makes it ridiculously easy. You don't need to know how to code or design. Just add your brand name, what your brand is all about, and the AI creates a fully functional website with pages, layouts, and a brand that matches your style. You can customize everything: colors, fonts, and images without touching a single line of code, thanks to their drag and drop feature. It even includes built-in SEO tools to help you rank on Google. Plus, if you need help writing descriptions for your products or in the future writing blog posts, it also has AI-generated content as well. And with Hostinger, you get a free domain and an email, so you can be standing on business from day one. So you look way more legit from day one and not, spammy. Since we're talking about selling digital products, I want to make sure I mention that this also comes with a fully functional e-commerce store. So all you got to do is add your digital products. I do love also that you can add discounts as well. And it has a whole lot of ways to take people's money to process payments. So you can offer multiple ways for customers to pay for their products as well. And what I like about this is when you're ready to expand into consulting or coaching, it has an appointment setting feature as well. So keep that in mind. With all that included, I think what Hostinger offers is truly an all-in-one solution that comes at what I believe is a truly affordable price. Plus, if you use my link, which is in the description box, and I'll link it above, you'll also get 10% off those already affordable prices. When you're on the website, make sure you click on have a coupon code and then type in my name. Make sure you spell it right, and you'll get the 10% off discount. All that said, if you want to own your product, own your audience, and leave room for you to expand in the future, you will want to launch your own website. That is what I chose to do. I prefer this option because it provides more control over branding, more control over my audience, and it provides more flexibility to scale and grow in the future. And also, it's easy. It's easy to build a website, especially if you use Hostinger's AI web builder. Okay, so that was option one. That's you launching a website and setting yourself up to grow and scale. But if you are not interested in growing and scaling or expanding, or you don't necessarily care about owning an audience or branding or anything like that, you just want to get a product out there, you can use a third-party marketplace. Here's how I want you to think about third-party marketplaces. Think about them as a Walmart or a Target or a Costco. I enunciated on that one, okay? I was enunciating on that one. Basically, these places already have a marketplace and you are putting your digital product on their shelf. You're not building your own store to go and sell things. You're saying, hey, you have a store. You already have a distribution system. Can I just go ahead and put my digital product on your shelf? And so you would literally just sign up for some of these websites. The cost is usually low. They usually have a free trial, and you can basically just upload your products to their sites and utilize their features and functionality to sell your products. Of course, I'm not about to just leave you in the dark. I'm going to tell you what some of these third-party sites are, of course. Starting with Gumroad, it's a very popular one. It's free. They only basically charge you if you sell products. And then there's Shopify. I know a lot of people think of Shopify as a physical product online store, but a lot of people do use Shopify to sell digital products as well. There's also Stan Store, which is really popular with creators who also have products and do coaching as well. But Stan Store is one that you can look into. And then the last one I'm gonna mention is Amazon. Amazon is a place that you can sell your digital products. Guys, especially if you have journals and planners and things like that. In fact, whether you decide to build a website or use Gumroad or anything like that, I strongly suggest that you also put your products on Amazon or something like Etsy. All right, so those are the options to sell your products. We're gonna move on to step 3. All right, step 3, friend, you gotta actually create the products. You know what product you're gonna sell. You know where you're gonna sell it. Now we need to create it, but how are you gonna do that? You actually have 2, I'm gonna really say 3 options here. You can DIY it. You can create your very own products. And if you recall what we said earlier, my suggestion is that you do something that's very easy for you to do, or something that you've already done or created for yourself that you can just tweak and make it available to other people. One of the things that I like to do to get ideas and inspiration to improve my digital products is to see what other people are doing. There have been videos for Notion templates where I'm like, oh, I really like the way this person did this, but I don't like everything else. Or I really like the way this person does their calendars, or this person does their travel templates. And so I'm taking inspiration from different people and making something of my own. So that's one way to spark your creativity for you to DIY your own digital product. Now you might ask, well, Libria, how do I make it myself? don't worry, also got you there, friend. Here are the tools that you can use for completely free to make your digital products. Canva is free, guys. And Canva is a great tool to drag and drop and create products. It's great for if you're creating guides, handouts, journals, and things like that. Also great if you're going to create templates as well, like social media templates. Google Docs is good to use if you're going to be building out document templates like SOPs and things like that. Google Sheets is great to use if you're going to be doing something obviously mathematical, like creating budgets or paycheck planners. And then Notion is free as well. Notion's a great place to create all of the things that I just mentioned. And if you don't really know how to use any of these tools, it's all good. There's a whole bunch of videos right here on YouTube that show you how to use Notion, Google Sheets, Google Docs, Canva, and other tools as well. The other thing that I think you should consider that you may not have thought of is hiring someone else to make it for you. Now, if you are not the person that can go and create the template and design the template and prettify it, but you are a visionary and you know exactly what you want that product to have, to feature, and to look and feel like, you can put that vision out there and go on Fiverr or Upwork or something like that and have someone bring your vision to life for you. You don't have to do this yourself. Just saying. And then the third option, which is kind of a blend of the two, is you create it, you do an outline or a wireframe or a version of it, and then you pass it on to someone else to enhance it. Either they're making it prettier, or they may think of different ways to accomplish some of the things that you have done with your template. Notion templates specifically can get really, really complicated with all the tables and things. And there are some things that I just don't know how to do in Notion just yet. And so my approach is going to be to build out a template and then also create a vision for where I want that template to go and hire somebody to take it the last mile for me. Okay, friends, step 4 is to publish and market it. Now, I'm gonna say this. I feel like me saying publishing it is like a duh. Of course, you've got to publish it. But how many times have we created things or come up with ideas that we were just afraid to put out there in the market and we decided to just sit on it? On today, I want us to decide that we are not going to do that. This is for all the perfectionists. You know who you are. You know I'm talking to you. You don't need it to be perfect to get it out there. You need to get it out there so you can perfect it, okay? It is so important to get your product out there so that you can get feedback. You can see, do people really need this? Is this helpful for people? How can I tweak and change this to make it even better or to add on things to it? What kind of things are people asking me, okay? So you're gonna need to publish it and get it out there and then also market it. Okay? There's so many ways to market your digital products. Of course, there's social media, right? So you can go on Instagram, you can come right here on YouTube and do walkthroughs and talk about your products as well. Another thing that you could do is collaborate with others. So for instance, if you created a checklist or a journal to help people go through the process of trying to move abroad, and then you connected with people who coach folks on moving abroad and offered your digital product to their audience at a great price, that's a great way to collaborate. So if you can find individuals who have similar audiences to you and say, hey, I'll give you a small cut, I'll give you a commission for every one of these that we sell within your community. So you can collaborate as well. And that way you don't have to focus on being an influencer or a person that's always in front of the camera either. The other way that you can sell your digital products without having to be on camera, because I know everybody does not want to be on camera, is making sure you're using things like SEO, blog posts, your website can be SEO rich. When you're posting it on marketplaces like Amazon and Etsy, making sure you have the right keywords that people are searching for. You can also use Pinterest for this as well. A lot of people sleep on Pinterest as a traffic generating tool. So that's something to consider also. Step 5 is not to be overlooked, okay? A lot of times we think about, I'm gonna sell this product and I'm gonna get it out there and then we're done. I got it out there, I'm marketing it, we're done. The other thing that you want to also consider is fulfillment. You wanna make sure that it is very easy for people to, 1, receive your digital products, and 2, use your digital product. So when you're thinking through your product, I want you to also be thinking through, what is the process like for how this person gets this? Do they land on a page or a handout or a download as soon as they purchase? Or do they get an email and then they have to go watch a video and then download it? What does that process look like? And how do I make it as easy as possible for them to use my digital product? You want to make that fulfillment process very, very seamless and easy so they can get to using your product as quickly as possible, and so that they can get to the point of delight as quickly as possible. That's something that a lot of people do not think about, and this is where balls get dropped, okay? We want to make sure that fulfillment process is an enjoyable experience for your customers. Also, the thing that I see get overlooked the most is getting feedback. In your process, you want to make sure you are asking for feedback. So you can send an email maybe a week after they download your product or they access your product and ask them how it's going. At that point, you can either ask them for feedback at that point, or you can give them some more tips. You can send them an email that says, hey, thanks for downloading my monthly planner journal last week. I hope you're enjoying using it. Here's a short video on how I used it just last week, right? Now, last week may not have been literally last week. It could be last week from whenever you recorded it, but you're creating this connection. You're creating community when you do that. And that's part of the fulfillment process. And then you can send an email maybe a week later or 30 days after they've accessed your product and ask them how's it going, and ask them just 3 questions. How would you rate this? What do we like about it? What's going well with it? And what could be better about it? Don't be afraid to get feedback from your customers. It is some of the most valuable data that you can get. It's going to help you tweak and upgrade your products. It can also help you expand your products as well. And more importantly, they can give you the language to help you message your product as well. Okay, so step 5, fulfillment and feedback. All right, so those are the steps for how you can get started selling digital products. Digital products are a really easy way to make income, but the key is you have to get started. Watching this video is not enough, friend. I want you to start. I don't care how scared you are. I want you to start. In fact, go ahead and let me know in the comments what digital product you think you could sell. Let me know in the comments. Let's talk about it. I know I mentioned a lot of tools in this video. All of those tools are linked down below in the description box. Now, if you enjoyed this video, if it was helpful, go ahead and smash the like button. And if you want some other ideas for income streams, maybe digital products is not your thing, or maybe you're like, sure, digital products, but yeah, what else, Lib? I suggest you watch this video where I shared my other 5 income streams, and I also shared how you can get started in those as well. So check that out and enjoy. I'll see you in the next video.